These stories aren't in here just for us to, read them and say, isn't that cute and isn't that pretty? And I got a little laughter out of it. Folks, this is to show us the heart of our Father. Who all's glad for the heart of the Father? That's the Father that we serve tonight. Honestly, people, let me close with it. I got a friend named Mark Hankins that says every Pentecostal preacher ought to be allowed 3 closings. That's right. So this is closing number 2. Okay. In Matthew 11, I like this little pulpit. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, but I'm using it. In Matthew 11:28. Now, I grew up in church. I'm a triple SK. That's a Sunday school superintendent's kid. And I went to a full gospel church. And honestly, this little scripture I'm going to read to you right here, I've heard it all my life, but I've never heard many preachers in full gospel circles preach this. This is more of a Baptist verse. Being sarcastic, okay? It's more of a Lutheran, Methodist type verse, because there's so many things in this verse, Pastor, that are so incompatible with Pentecost. Jesus used 3 Christian cuss words in here. And I'm going to read them to you. Come unto me, all ye that labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Rest, easy, light. Why would Jesus say something like that? Somebody might read it and believe it. Because anybody knows if you've really paid the price you're supposed to pay, and you're really on fire for God the way you're supposed to be, and you've sacrificed, and you've given up, and you've given the sacrifice that God requires, and you're really close to the Lord, that you gotta be miserable. Jesus must not have got the memo. Now, some of you look at me like you don't know what I'm even talking about. Others of us know. Whether they said those exact words I just said, they sure gave that impression. Now, when you really buckle down, brother, and get close to the Lord, and the key to being spiritual and really learning how to preach is to learn to say God in 3 syllables. God. I know there's some bumps in the road. I know through much tribulation into the kingdom. I know that in the world you'll have tribulation, and endure hardness as a good soldier. I know all those verses too, but this is in there too. And I don't know if Jesus said there's a place of rest, if Jesus said there's a place of peace, if Jesus said there's a place of calm, if Jesus said there's an easy place, there must be a place available there. And I don't know about you, but I'm going there. Now, he said we're yoked up with him. I don't know anything about oxen. I just know how to eat them. But they tell me that when oxen are yoked up together, there's 2 of them pulling a cart, that there's one that's more predominant. He really pulls the weight, and the other guy just there kind of for balance and stuff. Now, that's a perfect picture of us and Jesus. People look at you and go, oh, isn't he strong? Oh, isn't she something? Really, it's not us at all. We're just hooked up to a really cool guy. Makes us look good, but it's really him. I heard about a guy who was out on a country road between here and Camden. I keep saying Camden. I don't know why I'm saying. Between here and Oxford. There you go. Cobblestone streets, brother. He was going a little too fast in his new car, Brother Willis. Went off in a ditch and got stuck. Didn't hurt the car, but he was spinning his wheels, couldn't get out. He's thinking, what am I going to do? He can't get a call out. Some old boy comes up and taps on